It's been a moment. For those who don't know me, howdy, I'm Hutch. As I'm recording this, we're about to head into 2025, and I thought now's as good a time as any to give a general update on what's been going on, what happened with the channel, and plans and updates for the future. I'm going to break this video down into 3 sections. The first is just going to cover really where the hell I've been. Second will be what does any of that have to do with this channel? And then the third is going to be where do we go from here? For those who just want the quick and dirty version, layoffs are a bitch. I f***ed off to Japan for a few months and I'm gonna be changing up the style of this YouTube channel in general. I made mention of this in a couple of videos that I've done previously that outside of just the content that I was creating for YouTube, I do have a day job. I've been in the video game industry now for going on 15 years. If you've been following or are knowledgeable at all about the game industry in 2024, you will probably know that it is a shit show. Layoffs are pretty prevalent right now, and it just seems very doom and gloomy if you look on like LinkedIn or just any social media post. That is true for pretty much everybody in the industry. I am not immune to that. Back in June was around that time that I found out that I was getting laid off. I have thoughts about the overall layoff process and just the state of the game industry in general. I'm not going to go into that in this video. NDAs or non-disclosure agreements are real things, and I don't want to get sued over anything. I don't know what I can and cannot talk about, and I don't want to risk any of that. Maybe one day I'll make a video going deeper into my thoughts, but for now we're just gonna let that lie over there. I kind of like brushed over the events that happened. There was a mental toll that took place, an existential crisis. No, it wasn't anything that bad, but I definitely had a mental block of what it was that I wanted to do and what it was that I felt like I should be doing. Me and my partner were fortunate enough to be very aggressive savers in general, and our personal finances are such where even though this was a, bad thing to happen, we were not in a position where we were in any sort of financial dire straits or anything. And that's a very privileged position to be in, where you can get laid off from a company and know that at least financially speaking, you're going to be perfectly okay. Me and my partner had been planning a vacation to Japan basically at the beginning of the year. We were planning a 2-week trip, and because of what the situation was and her work and my not needing to work, we extended that from a 2-week trip to a 2-month trip. What this allowed me to do was take a deeper look into what it was that I was doing currently and things that I wanted to do in the future. If I was really doing things because I wanted to, or if it was just me doing things because I felt like I needed to. I knew that I wanted to continue with YouTube. It was never my intention to just stop. But the reality was, I didn't like the content that I was making. And that's not to say that I don't have an interest or anything like that. The truth is, I have a ton of unedited videos and pieces of content over the past 6 months that have just kind of been sitting on a hard drive because I was just straight up burnt out. And when I look back, this very much felt like it was a channel that was becoming a points and miles and credit card only channel, and that was never the intention. Originally, I created this YouTube channel in order to share the experiences of things that I've learned that I wish I'd known, much earlier in life. The idea being that if there's someone else out there who's in a similar situation, that they could benefit from this if they wanted to, and they would learn things much earlier that took me much later to figure out. So, where do we go from here? First, I'm going to hard pivot off of credit card only content. I still am a huge fan of credit card points and travel rewards programs and whatnot. One of my favorite videos that I did earlier this year was talking about how me and my partner traveled to Japan for this vacation, actually, in business class for $11, right? That kind of stuff probably isn't going to go away, but it's not going to be the only thing I talk about. I'm going to be exploring more things that interest me in general. I've learned a lot about what it actually takes to be a producer in the video game industry, what it takes to do QA work, interactions with design and UX and whatnot. That has nothing to do with personal finance. I play games for fun, so I'll talk about those as well. I tend to buy things that I think are beneficial for my life, that give me peace of mind or happiness or whatever you want to call it. I'll talk about those too. What that looks like, I don't know yet, but I plan to talk about the things that give me fulfillment, that I enjoy, and just make me happy in life. If you were the person that subscribed to my channel or were interested in my videos because I talked about Amex and Chase and Charles Schwab and all that stuff, I'm sorry. That's not gonna necessarily go away, but it's not gonna be the focus anymore. If this new kind of pivot doesn't sound like it's up your alley, completely understand. I thank you so much for your time and your enjoyment of watching those videos in the past. So that's it. That's all I really wanted to talk about. I'm not planning to disappear off this platform. It's just, it's been a time. And I think it was just good to have a mental reset. I'm really looking forward to getting back into updating this channel and putting things out there that I am genuinely interested in. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're amazing. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to new stuff in the new year. That's it from me. Hope you found this video useful, and hey, thanks for hanging out.